Hi, everybody, and welcome to Rendezvous Valorant alongside Kaiserine. This is Brown Soul. Well, here we are now. It's Steam Masters Division Season 4. Super excited to have this broadcast with you all. And we're going to start with the semifinals. First of all, Kai, how excited are you for these matchups today?
I am so excited. It's been a while since I've been here, but I'm very excited to be here for the Masters Division final. This is the playoffs, tomorrow's finals, and that's it for season 4. So very excited to be here. I've been with Rendezvous since season 1, so Definitely happy to be here. Today, though, we have teams that you guys should be familiar with because we've seen them both on stream. Our first matchup is Not Good Esports versus Easy GG, Extra Zesty Glizzy Gamers today. So, yeah, I mean, if we want to just start talking about that, Easy GG is seeded 5th right now. And of course, Not Good Esports, that first seed, and they did have a chance week 1 to match up against each other. Now, it did go 2-0 to Not Good Esports. However, that first map there, Easy GG put up a 7-13 there, so pretty close.
And that was a very early matchup. They've got a lot of games since then. Now that they meet each other in the playoffs, I wonder if they're gonna have different strategies. Like, here I am wearing this Killjoy jacket to make sure someone picks Killjoy on a map like
Haven. It looks like we might see 2 Killjoys, is what you typically expect on a map like Haven, and we're just starting to see these teams start to lock in, but so far only Imran there on the Omen.
So we got the map selections for this best of 3. Remember, this is different from our regular season where we did 2 games, a home and away leg, basically. This is a best of 3 matchup, and whoever wins the best of 3 will go to the finals. It'll be Haven, Ascent, and Split. We start here in Haven. Please lock in the other Killjoy, so I'll be happy. And yeah, looks like it's going to be, Koro's on that Yoru as well. We've seen a couple of those type of plays on this map in the league, and that can lead to a lot of space.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I think there's lots of fun tech you can do, and it looks like what I'm kind of excited about is, of course, we're not getting anyone locking in, so we don't quite know. But it does look like we might not actually have those mirror comps, and that's so fun. I think especially, like you said, this is playoffs, and this is, and as I said that, it looks like teams are just starting to choose, so they're being a little bit of baiting me, it looks like. So we might have that mirror comp after all, but I mean, this is a pretty standard comp you see here on this Haven map. And remember, this is playoffs, and like you said, not following the rest of the league format where it is a best of 2 and you can't have that tie. This is a best of 3, so one team is going to be moving on to that final spot tomorrow, and because it's a single elim, other team is going back. So very excited. I think we have a great matchup here. Good things to come. But it's going to be a pretty tough fight. I mean, Not Good Esports, they're 6-0 for the season with just one tie. So they haven't lost a single matchup yet.
And that might feel really good because they've, when you don't lose, it's like you're on the top of the world. But then you get that little fear too, like, what if you do lose a game? And then you haven't been able to be in that situation before. How do you handle that?
Here. Yeah, I mean, certainly. But I think, Easy GG, of course, knowing they're up against this top seed who hasn't lost a matchup, I mean, they won it. This is all or nothing. This is that they're playing for their lives on the line. And that Not Good Esports, are they going to be feeling a little bit too comfortable? Of course, this is only first round of the first map. Lots to see coming in here, but definitely a good matchup.
So here it is, game number 1. It's Not Good Esports, green colors defense. Extra Zesty Glizzy Gamers on attack in the red colors. Our observer today is Dutchy. And here we go, the rotation over to the A side after a couple of recon. And on side, here they go, the Jet's on. You got a flanker here in Mother Nature, you gotta watch out for that. But the spike carrier is taken down, and now they know the spike's on the A side, and the rotation is coming over toward A, Kai.
Spike planted.
Coming towards A, and again, still, it's a 4v4 anyone. Oh my goodness, Mother Nature with those beautiful shots, but eventually gonna get traded out there by Fall. 2v1, but ultimately, Not Good Esports gonna clean that up real quick. Gonna get that diffuse off, and that's round 1 going to NGE.
Oh, no one got so excited getting those 2 kills there. But what about Mother Nature on the flank, staying silent, and then getting himself toward the A long area to get those 2 kills with the ghost? Pretty well played.
I mean, the positioning, I think, was there. The shots were there. I mean, Easy GG, though, did get that bomb down. They did get that site, but NGE didn't seem too worried about that. You can allow your opponents, the attackers, to have sight to get bombed down if you're pretty confident in your ability to just go back in there and retake and then ultimately, you know, get that diffuse off. And I think that's exactly what NGE did there.
So the buys are out now. We got a couple of Spectres, Sheriffs, Marshals. You see that traditional Killjoy setup being placed there in Garage, which gets the information there. And you have a lot of choices where to put the alarm bot. You can also get shot here if you're Koro and get worried about the B push, but this will look pretty good with the Killjoy utility, perhaps. They're smoked out there by the dark cover. It's going to be hard to get on, and now they leave the Killjoy on their own. Mother Nature trying to take advantage, but Ram wins it out with this classic, and they're rotating over towards C now.
Yeah, I mean... Yeah, Easy GG putting in work there with those pistols and ultimately going to be able to recover some guns, but Koro does get that one nice pick, but it's still 4v2, obviously. Man advantage there for the players here on Easy GG, but not quite the weaponry you want.
Mice just ready with the recon. Swings over with the help of the breach flash. Looks like they spotted someone long as well. Trying to take out Giant with the gun advantage. Oh, the trades are there too. Time's running out. Crow's got to defuse, but Spidey is ready with the 4K.
Spidey went kind of crazy there. I think we're going to see a nice post replay of that round coming up right here. But I mean, what a great hold and ultimately a great thrifty there by the side of Easy GG. Didn't have that weapon advantage, but doesn't matter. You're able to position and get some of those headshots, especially with the Sheriff. You know, that is such a good, cheap gun that I think is often overlooked, but definitely put in work there by Spidey. Beautiful 4K to win them the round.
Spidey's got that caster advantage from the last season. And so now with that thrifty round, that means the defense has to save here. You got the Vandals out for the attackers. Easy GG. Oh, look at this placement there toward the B side. Now Imran is using that Marshal there, trying to contest, but with all this utility being thrown in, it feels like the attackers can go straight in Kai and just take all this space.
Yeah, and I mean, that's really hard when you're up against those nice guns there. You know, you do see C long, right? C is such a good sight when you have that gun advantage to just go down because you have those long sights and the advantage. And Imran did put in a good shot there with the Marshal there. But I mean, ultimately, it's really hard when they have sight, they have the guns. B-Mice are doing the best he can, but ultimately not going to be enough. And that's the second round on the board for Easy GG.
Mother Nature won on that flank again and was checked pretty quickly. I think that was a pretty good adjustment there for Easy GG. They know that they're going to get a lot of flankers. And so being able to have someone to watch that, usually you'd want the Killjoy to watch that, but they have, looks like this might be a preview of, you know, because Silva was playing toward that C long area, toward the attacker spawn side. I mean, could there be some sort of shock dart plates over there? And we'll have to see for the future.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is the round that definitely I think is one that we're going to want to look at and dissect a little bit. This is the first round where everyone here is going to have rifles, and it looks like Spidey going to pick up that orb, not worrying about a couple stray bullets. But 4v4 now. Looks like Bomb still out there towards their spawn, just waiting to see where they can kind of just creep up and gain some space. And it looks like this might end up being an A hit here.
They got the flashpoints available as well. 2A long, 2A short. Oh, a little disturbed there by the dark cover. But I think they're going to execute here. Once they go on, they're going to go fast. The combination of the silver beach util. There it is.
That is, I mean, getting that pick there on the jet. And of course, Koro playing back, waiting for his team to rotate. That is going to allow Easy GG to get the bomb down.
Cover going out.
It's not going to be a 3v4 retake for Naked Esports, who looked so dominant there after that pistol round. But Easy GG. I mean, it's hard when you're in that man disadvantage and now you have to retake and you're working against the clock. Truthfully.
Here's No Wood. Checking how no one's there. Spark grenade out toward the main area. The ult is ready. Here's the Rolling Thunder. Catches a couple. Gets him off the bomb. And now here come the attackers trying to do some damage. Aaron's got some exit kills. Instead, it ends up being a successful attacker round led by the 4K from Fall.
I mean, that was an expensive round, though. You had an ultimate invested. You ultimately lost 3 of your men. But I guess, you know, it doesn't matter how expensive the round is. If you get that win on the table, can take home a couple guns. I mean, that's going to put NGE here on a pretty light buy. And remember, this is Not Good Esports pick.
Yes. It always feels good when you're winning your map pick, but whenever you go down early, it's like, oh, what did we do? Did we do our research correctly? But remember, these games are pretty long. It's 1st to 13. There's still a lot of time to make the adjustments.
I mean, only being down by two rounds, I mean, that's nothing, you know. These teams are definitely in it for the long haul. And already Imran gonna get that first pick and is not quite gonna be able to recover that rifle yet, but is going to be looking to do that, as it looks like team's kind of looking like this might be a C, but I like this call to kind of make noise and rotate out. A nice little, not quite full default going, but just taking their time, you know, minutes still on the clock.
EasyGG has been doing this since the first round. They go like kind of a pseudo default. We think that they're trying to get little picks and go, and then suddenly on the defense POV, they flash, they use the Sova util, and they're on site. So the defense definitely very, very careful right now, trying not to get ambushed by any of the attacking utility.
Yeah, I mean, I love, from both sides, but especially here, EasyGG, I love the use of utility and really just allowing them to make space to get on site. And that's what you want to see, you know, as much as this is a gun game and you can say just shoot heads as much as you want, the use of utility has been so on point. That Silver Dart, being able to spot out that Omen so you can shoot through. But now, suddenly, just 10 seconds left. Plant is going to go down, and suddenly what was looking so favorable for EasyGG, Not Good Esports, has that man advantage, but not the guns.
We saw a lot of Sova util. Everyone's a highlighter right now and being wall-banged. This was the round where we showed off all the utility for Sova. The Owl Drone pings, the Recon Bolt pings, all the Recon pings were there.
That was, you know, and that's exactly how you want to see, especially a map like Haven, which I think when you have these kind of set team comps, and remember, these are mirror team comps we have here today, that's what you really want to do. You need to be using your utility, because if you don't use smokes, you don't use intel, that's just really information that you're losing, and information is so important in this game.
3-2 the scoreline now in favor of EasyGG, stopping that 3 rounds in a row streak there.
Yeah, well, and that was such a huge victory round, especially being able to recover 4 rifles from that, only having to invest the economy for 1 there. Huge, huge.
A different approach here now. They're going very quickly on the site. That's EasyGG, and now Fall continues with the Blade Storm. Things slowed down a bit thanks to the breach flashes, and now swinging over Nutwood, trying to fight it out, and is successful here, staying alive with the gun advantage. You gotta be careful close. Right click trade is there, but Mother Nature finishes things off, and what a great C hold by Not Good Esports.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was unfortunate for EasyGG. 2 of them just kind of lined up there a little bit. That always feels bad. Nutwood able to get those 2 before getting traded right out, but yeah, I mean, you got to give it to Not Good Esports. And still, when you're looking at the economy there for them, you know, Mother Nature did invest and Fall, you know, invested into those Blade Storms, but there's still 3 ultimates on both sides. You have those lockdowns, which is great for getting on to site. That's great for retaking. So I definitely think we're going to start seeing more Killjoy, and Brown, you can certainly talk on this. I know I saw your beautiful Killjoy jacket on.
Yeah, I would be very excited every time I see a Lombot there. I've decided when they get more info because of the Killjoy utility. Although you start to run out of options here, like they're checking basically there's always a long bottom B. There's usually a turret in garage, but there's no turret right now. I wonder if that changes things if you're easy GG. I love the change of pace here. If Noah can get this kill, oh, the reaction time. Oh, it's so close. I have so much anxiety watching this right now. Oh, this will work. You can just shoot through the wall.
You can shoot through the wall, but unfortunately for Noah, it is going to get traded up by Fall and Imran finding Spidey there.
Good trades as well toward the C side. A lot more methodical here. Marshall shot is being heard, so you know the gun buy is there for the attackers. But 3v2 scenario for Naga Esports, it looks good. They're just delayed by this Killjoy lockdown. I like this, Kai.
I love this lockdown. Definitely gives you a little bit of time when you're in that man disadvantage, but you have plant down, and I really like that Not Good Esports does such a great job of just they allow Easy GG on to site so they can go later. And unfortunately, this KJ lockdown just something that they weren't planning on having to work around, but that's something you have to look at. And Fall with the ace there.
Oh, that was great, Kai. All this time, the lockdown, helping out with the timing, and then Fall able to get those picks. It really just falling straight into the crosshairs for him.
I mean, B-Meister looked like might have been able to just find a timing, but Fall was ready, going to get that 5th pick and going to complete that ace. And in that lockdown, I think was huge because, at the start, or right after they got the plant down, only had 2 on site, and that plant gives you time to reposition, gives you time to kind of fight, and it gives you space as well.
Fall's got 12 kills so far for the attacking side. Easy GG with the lead. Here's Fall trying to take some space here and being jump scared. Happy Halloween. And that slows things down for Easy GG. Usually they decide to go fast or they go default. This looks like a mix of both. But they really just look for that one pick somewhere, try to get that information. Certainly Ram hears the Killjoy turret. And they're pinging toward B. I wonder what their plan is here. How they're going to execute on this site.
Yeah, I mean, I think B is always a hard site to execute on just because, it's easier for your opponents to just kind of get back on site. But if you're able to do it like they just were here, investing some ults, not necessarily bad, but all going to be down to Fall here.
Good use of the Rolling Thunder there. Last one of life, Fall stuck inside of the smokes. Escapes away from the recon. Has 2 health now, he just got to ping the spike. Try to get some damage done, the smoke goes away. Target selection there. Now the flash, and B-Meister's got the hands for Not Good Esports. Very good there.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of touching on this earlier, but I don't know that I always love, and we are going to see that timeout start to come in now for the side of Easy GG. I don't know that I love the execute there on the B site, just because one thing that's a little bit different about Haven than maybe some of the other maps is it actually takes longer for the defenders to rotate than it does for the attacking side. So going to that B site where they have those short pathways there, it doesn't really give you enough time to get that plant down and set up post plant. Certainly can be done if executed well, but like what we saw there was just they were kind of struggling. They got the plant down, but by that time, Not Good Esports already there, already being able to trade out and Fall, trying his best, got some great shots, but it's just, Fall just got an ace last round. He needs some time to breathe. But I don't know. I think B's just not my favorite site to execute.
And especially when you're on the attacking side, after you get that plant down, it feels like you have to just escape really quickly, go to window, cover all of the entrances. And, not only is there the link size from C and A, you also got garage. Someone might flank you from window.
And that
long range.
That being said, I don't always hate it. There is utility that can kind of stall and give you more chance, but they just didn't have it there. You know, they already expended the KJ lockdown earlier. Didn't really have any, you know, you don't really have another sentinel. You have KJ, but someone to just block off. You know, even let's say you had a Sage, you can wall off, so at least that's, they have to shoot the wall down, but definitely a hard site to execute on. Nice try, but looks like gonna be a little bit slower around this time. Mother Nature, though, we didn't even touch on this. Mother Nature did buy an op and is going to be holding that A site where it looks like a lot of these players are kind of posted up and is going to find value, going to find a pick, going to miss the next one, but that's the beauty of Jet. You can just dash right away.
A little unfortunate there, too. The flashpoint missed because of the placement behind the bricks. So really good placement there by Mother Nature, and now I don't think you're going A anymore. If you're thinking smart enough, you probably don't want to repeat the op now. But that's a lot of information gained.
That is a ton of information gained, but unfortunately, that's also for EasyGG a player lost, and so now you have to execute on site with one fewer player. That op on A gives them the chance to kind of, for NGE to just kind of leave it there to Mother Nature, and it looks like now, with 15 seconds left, they know exactly where the execute's going down, and Ultimate's just coming out like crazy.
The Hunter's free out as well somewhere, but they're still to get the plant down. Fall getting a kill there with the Blade Storm. And now EasyGG's got the numbers advantage. They're holding the site strong. It's up to Nelwood and Mother Nature. Remember, the Jet has the op, so I think they're going to save, and that's exactly what they're going to do here.
That's exactly what they need to do here.
Poor Killjoy's got low health too. It's gonna be hard for Noah to go anyways. And now it's the hunt is on. EasyGG's looking for the op. That Sova's there on the A side already.
They want it, but Mother Nature doesn't want to give it up just now.
Oh, 5-4 lead. Oh, this is it. Oh, they went for it. Okay.
3 HP too. That was close.
That could have been a disaster, guy.
That could have been a disaster, but
recon.
You know, you could see. I mean, Nelwood was kind of posted up, body blocking Mother Nature there a little bit to protect that up, which they're going to be able to take in this next round. I mean, which is significant. I loved how EasyGG played that. That Sova ult coming out from Giant there. And of course, you know, we saw Nelwood invest actually the KJ lockdown and just didn't find any sort of value.
Right here.
Little spam shot there through the dark cover earlier. It's a 5-man push toward the A side for the attackers, and now a ping here. Aaron's exposed and has to back out, but oh, and here they go. EasyGG does not care. They've got the recon. They're just running straight on, and everyone is flashed on the defense. It should be looking good here, but Aaron's still holding. Unable to take down their counterpart, and the numbers advantage is now in favor of the attackers once again. And it's the same scenario. It's the Killjoy and Jet alive, and there's an op on hand.
Yeah, and I think they're going to have to make the decision now. Do we save the op? Do we kind of try to use it? And it looks like not quite playing together, but Mother Nature going to try to at least find one. I think just barely saw Spidey's shoulder, but not going to matter. Going to get stunned, and the op is done, and it's all down to Nelwood here.
Oh, Fall wants the op, huh?
I guess not.
Like, yeah, maybe not. But that was, yeah, I guess that, you know, it's a scenario that I struggle with too. You know, I play the lower levels, and I have a lot of teammates that will always save up every single round in that scenario, and I'm like, what do we do really? Because like, yes, the op is expensive, but if you keep getting to scenarios where you're unable to retake at all once the spike is planted, then at some point, like, is there a change of strategy, or do you have enough money to buy something else anyways for you to just go for it? And then do you want to give the op to the opposing team?
Well, exactly, and it looks like, you know, I think ultimately Fall not choosing to take it and maybe, doesn't need it. And it's a little bit harder to work. Oh, Ram and Spidey, that was nice. Going to get both Koro and B-Meister there.
Yeah, because of
it's
that,
going to give them sight, finds Mother Nature.
EasyGG has definitely figured out how to go quickly a complete change of pace from earlier. Everyone's going to try a different look on this flank, but gets taken down by the gun difference. And that is 3 rounds won in a row by the attackers. 4 out of the last 5. It's all because they're going quickly. They have no respect for the smokes anymore. And it's looking pretty good of a half for them.
I mean, it's looking like a great half. No, that being said, though, remember, this is Not Good Esports map pick. So EasyGG did get to pick their side, and I'm sure they picked what would be their more dominant side. And they're clearly dominating, but NGE putting up a good fight, and I'm wondering to see how this, might change or evolve as we switch halves coming up.
They smoke themselves. This is a play for the flashpoint on site, perhaps, if they go there. And we were just talking about how fast they were going, and this is yet again another change of pace until they execute right now. Imran's hiding. Oh, this is actually a great smoke for Imran right now. 1, 2.
Oh my goodness. Looking for a third, but not with the trade coming out. But still, 2 to 4 when you're looking at the players you have there, and bomb not planted, and now suddenly all down to Giant with the spike.
And there's B-Meister there with a finishing kill, and the half looks a lot closer. It ends with a 7-5 scoreline in favor of EasyGG. Pretty good half there.
I mean, that was a great half, and I don't think either side can be too worried or too comfortable even. I mean, very close. Only 2 rounds separate the two. We are going to be swapping sides, so don't go anywhere. We have a short break, and we'll see you on the flip side.
Welcome back. This is the Rendezvous Valorant Masters Division Semifinals between Not Good Esports and Extra SD Glizzy Gamers. Brown's on hand alongside Kaiserine. And we got a pretty good game so far. 7-5 is a pretty good half for the team that didn't get to pick the map. But like you said earlier,
I think it's a great half. Oh, yeah. I mean, and remember, going into this is the 5th seed versus the 1st seed. So EasyGG not seeded quite as high as Not Good Esports, but doesn't matter. Going to have some value, and Fall has a great shot there, Mother Nature, but ultimately getting traded out by Nowood. But now is going to be able to calm to his team that, hey, it looks like this might be an A hit. You might want to get over there.
Here it goes, Not Good Esports now on the attacking side in the red colors. Getting the plant down very quickly. Giant's gonna have to wait. But look, it's a flashpoint coming in hot right now. Trying to be countered by the shock darts, which did help B-Meister get a kill on this Spidey. But now EasyG running in hot, trying to use the recon, jumping down low in hell. The shots are missing. And now Giant is being bombarded by the attackers 2v1 scenario. Oh, the hour drone is out. You gotta be careful. Now there's the ping, and there's the wall ping. A lot of things happened there, but it worked out great for the #1 seed.
It did, and suddenly, you know, a map that you were down by 2, only down by 1, and hopefully, the thought every time you win a pistol is let's buy up, and hopefully they shouldn't be able to buy, and we should be able to turn over the next round. So they should see a 7-7 scoreline. Now that is not what happened last half. EasyGG had a beautiful thrifty there, thanks to, of course, that 4K by Spidey with some great headshots with the Sheriff. But looks like this is going to be a C hit, and I love that because you have the longer range guns.
You definitely have to be careful. Trying to get that 7-7 is not guaranteed. As you mentioned there earlier in that first half, what happened? No fear though, here goes Mother Nature. And the recon is helpful. Oh, I think Mother Nature would have kept going without that recon. But look at this flank watch too. Oh, it's perfectly planned. A complete change from the first half. Wow. Oh, that was very impressive there, Kai. The watching of the flank there to get those 2 kills. And then just the execution on the site using that recon, clearing all that space as you see the post replay of how great that flank watch was. And suddenly the round was over.
I mean, and you know, it's a little bit tough for EasyGG there, you know, with just classics. How much can you really do? But it doesn't matter now because they don't have classics. They actually all have full rifles, full armor. And so now the gun advantage is in their hand, and Spidey going to get that first pick on Mother Nature.
More flashes. Now everyone is flashed. Carl's a little scared to peek this now. And try to clear some space there with the aftershock. And now the defenders retreat and try to wait for the next move. Trying to bait the attackers to go somewhere. It's an Omen fight on the C side. And now the backup is coming as well. The players are all over the place right now, Kai. The spike hasn't even been picked up yet, but it might be a great distraction. As long as you keep the players alive, which they're not able to do.
They're not, and Nelwood trying to do as much as he can. Throwing out any utility he has just to try to stall, and it looks like they're going to try to make their way over to A, but Fall is ready there, but isn't going to find a head or a body for that matter. 16 HP.
Fall's got to be careful here. Wait for the other teammates to arrive just so you have the numbers advantage on him, despite the health here.
Scanning ahead.
The recon. The Giant gets the info. Nelwood has to peek. And they're coming from all over the place. One from Heaven, one from A short, and one from A long.
Yeah, I mean, well, that was well played by NGE, but better played by EasyGG, and ultimately are going to pretty cleanly clean up that map. Now, even though they had that numbers advantage going into that retake, and just unfortunate Fall couldn't really find contact there as they were rotating. Fall and his teammate were both very, very low HP, so all it would have taken is just one little spray transfer to just dink them in the foot. But well played by EasyGG, and once again, up on the scoreboard.
Now Spidey's going with the aggressive approach with the rest of the team. And very smart to TP out of there, but caught by the recon. And that's going to lead EasyGG to continue. They want to get more. Oh, now they retreat. They're happy with that one kill. We see this play sometimes on Haven. You get a different look. You try to scare off the attackers. But it does mean the A side is wide open, Kai.
I mean, it doesn't. I love that early aggression there from EasyGG to just push out C. And of course, we are going to see Giant expending that ultimate, but not going to find a kill with that. But you're right, it does leave A side open, and you're hoping, you know, getting that early pick is going to be enough to allow you to retake, and they're pretty confident that they can do that here. All now down to just Nelwood, and they're gonna find it, and that's another round on the board for EasyGG. And when you look at their playstyle, I mean, even that early aggression 3-man just run down C long, they're playing so confidently, so aggressively, and I think Not Good Esports maybe not expecting them to necessarily be playing really just this boldly, and it's been a little bit hard for them to, I think, deal with that. I think when you're looking at this, Not Good Esports seems like they do a lot of kind of what you would typically expect, like on paper, this is a good play, this is how you should play. But EasyGG just kind of doing their own thing, and they're doing it great, and they're doing it well, and they're up 2 points now.
There's a concept in traditional sports that I've learned when I was a player there. It's that if you can get the other team to play at your pace, they're going to be rattled. And we already know that EasyG, like, they play at a very fast pace. Not Good Esports thinks they can go quickly here and play at their pace, but the defense is already ready for situations like this. And then when you're Not Good Esports, you're like, what do I do now? Because we went fast and it's not working.
Yeah, I mean, oh, nice there by Noah, going to eventually find it, but down to 11 HP.
So that it's that pacing that I think, like, you're playing at the other team's pace, and then it gets you a little rattled because you're thinking too quickly. And rather, you need to try to slow the game down. You might have a timeout to use to, like, rethink things. But, like, if you go too fast and don't think, then it starts to spiral out of control like this.
And again, this is Not Good Esports pick, and I think, you know, Valorant is such a mental game. And so I think, you know, like you said, they do look a little bit rattled, and they're allowing it to get to them. And Not Good Esports, you know, probably knows going into this, hey, we're seeded 5th, they're the first seed. And remember, like we said, Not Good Esports, 6-0, if you want to talk about strict win-losses, has 1 tie, hasn't lost them of the series. EasyGG going into this, 2 wins, 3 ties and 2 losses, so knows they're not favored to win. So they're just throwing everything they have, and it's working, and they're playing for fun. And Not Good Esports just not able to adapt to that.
And now we see Not Good Esports playing a little slow now. They're buying all sheriffs. They got some shields on hand, but they're taking a lot more deliberate approaches compared to going quickly the last couple of rounds. And this might bode well for them as they slowly walk up towards B. They might be spotted by this Owl Joe on the counter, though. Giant spots out that Killjoy. And double flash to try to get on, I believe. Or is it Spidey trying to flash out and prevent this push? It's pretty successful so far, Kai.
It is successful, and I love it. It looks like, you know, Not Good Esports just kind of just hanging out around Garage, and is ultimately going to find their way on the site. But look how many players of EGGG are there and waiting.
Counter Hunter's Fury there after the kills with the Phantom from the defensive side. Oh, it's doing a lot of damage, and outside of the ult, B-Meister suddenly has no teammates left. He's gonna have to do it himself, but facing off against the better weapons, it helps EasyGG win their 4th round in a row.
Yeah, and suddenly what looked like a pretty close game, you know, now NGE down by 4 rounds. 1 more round on the board, EasyGG brings us to match point. So Not Good Esports, I don't think it would be a bad time to invest that time out. Or you know, I mean, if they let this round go, they definitely should do it to kind of just stop some of that momentum, because I mean, they're not bad players. Obviously, they're seeded first for a reason. And remember, these teams did face off week 1, and yes, there was a map they took 13-7, but there was another map they took 13-3 against EasyGG.
Gotta be careful for that operator. It's already been spotted out by D.
You should run.
Silver Recon. Looks like this Killjoy lockdowns should be a good counter to this, but it doesn't cover the entire site, so you still have to be careful in your timing to get on. Oh, it's close. As he falls there, hiding in hell. And now the Blaze Storm's available, and more damage can be done here.
Oh, but just not gonna find one. But still, numbers advantage there for EasyGG. Lost fall, but nice nano swarm there by Ram.
Got a couple of shots on there as well. And what a cleanup there from EasyGG. Wow, they're just unstoppable right now, Kai.
Yeah, I mean, I want to see that again. I think we're going to go into a post replay of that, but But man, I mean, let's just take a look at this and dissect that a little bit. And you didn't quite see that Nano Swarm before getting traded out by Beammeister, but just the positioning of EasyGG. And what I like a lot that both of these teams have done is, one, they're not afraid to give up sight when they need to, trusting in their ability to retake in a timely manner before, the attackers get that good post-plant positioning. And also, just the utility we've seen from all of these teams here. I mean, that's really what it's come down to.
Scanning ahead.
Now an aggressive push again. Here comes EasyGG. This time it's being fought against. The recon is there to try to force things back. The operator is there as backup. But now look at these blinds. Spidey's going to get taken down. And this time it's Not Good Esports winning out that battle towards C. But they still have to be careful for the operator. They take down the operator. And now it's 8-12.
That is exactly the rounds that I was expecting to see from Not Good Esports, and I knew they had it in them. So now that it's match point, and maybe that's what it is. The pressure is now on them. The pressure has been on EasyGG since this game started, but now suddenly, it's kind of changed and still down by 4 points. But I mean, look how clean that round was.
Point number 13 tends to be the hardest point to get for whatever reason, whether it's psychological or whatnot, because it feels like, oh, I have so many rounds to work with. I can get this 13th round.
Yeah.
You start to do a different look to try to secure it, and then suddenly you lose it.
But you know what? I think that's it, right? You have all those rounds to work with, but if you're on the other side, you have one round to work with. And it's all one round and then the next round, and that's all you have. Plant is going to go down. And it looks like the defender Killjoy is going to come out. Ultimate's coming up from both sides.
Rolling thunder everywhere.
Oh. And now all down to Koro. Does have that bomb down. Is going to flash, but is going to get picked up by Spidey. And that is going to pretty cleanly end map 1 on Haven.
That was fantastic.
That was
EasyGG getting the victory there. That was so clean of them, and once again, it was just a clean retake. They've been doing that the entire part of the second half.
They did, and you know what? I think, I mean, that surely is a bit of an upset and maybe a wake up call for Not Good Esports. Again, number 1 seeded has not lost a series yet. In fact, they've only dropped 1 game. 2 games actually. If you want to talk about playoffs. No, they went 2-0 in playoffs against, I believe they played Natural Talent Valorant. So only lost a single map all season. This, of course, is their second. So maybe that's a wake-up call for them, because they are on paper, statistically, everything points to them winning. They should have won Haven. They should have won their map pick, and they didn't. So I wouldn't be surprised if we do go to split our decider map here, but next map is going to be Ascent, which is EasyGG's pick. But before we kind of wrap up and go into our break, Brown, anything you want to say just regarding Haven and what you saw in that first map?
It was mostly about the pacing and EasyGG going quickly, choosing to do some different looks now and then like, what was the response for Not Good Esports there? I think the key difference was that second half that I mentioned earlier, that feeling that you had to go at the pace of your opponent in order to get some rounds back, but that's not the game that you usually play. And so it starts to fall down, because it's like, oh, I can go fast, catch him off guard, but what's the plan after we get on?
I agree.
When the other side already knows exactly what you're going to do, because you're rattled.
Exactly.
So I think that was the key difference there, Kai.
I mean, I think like, if you want to talk about on paper and having the best strats is great. And I definitely think when you look at a team like Not Good Esports, I mean, they have that backbone of a great team. But I think what they might have been lacking that first game we saw in Haven, that first map, was just the ability to adapt. And that's exactly what EasyGG was doing. And ultimately, they switched it up. They'd be ultra aggressive. Okay, then they take their time and play slower, and saying like, okay, our opponents are doing this, what can we do? Whereas it seemed like Not Good Esports started to do that. And again, I don't know why they're called Not Good Esports, because they're clearly very, very good, but just not adapting and doing the same things over and over that allowed EasyGG to just kind of rush in there.
I think my one last point I want to make is that I was very happy to see two Killjoys use their Killjoys very well. We saw the typical use of the turrets in the garage side on defense, that's very standard. But then I think the key parts were also being using of the ultimate, the lockdowns. And there were a couple of rounds, like that one round where you put down the lockdown on the attacking side, and then it gives you so much space for you to work with. Actually, I think that was the one that led to the... that wasn't the ace. That was something else. The ace was nice too. From
the ace
Ball,
was very nice.
But the lockdown being able to buy you time when you're down on numbers always makes me very happy, because that's like the goal of Killjoy. You're stalling out time, you're distracting the opponents, and you put yourself in a good position to win.
Definitely. Well, hopefully we see more of that as we come into our next map, Ascent. We are going to take a short break, but before we do that, I do want to do a huge shout out to our sponsor, Super Beings Labs. Super Beings Lab is a brand that strives to produce the highest quality gaming peripherals with a focus in creative art. Every product is carefully crafted to provide the best gaming experience, so start taking control of your aim. Their next release, Super Beings Lab Origins Memoria Pro, is out now, so drop by superbeings.gg to learn more today. The Memoria Pro is also currently available at several online retailers internationally, so don't forget to follow Super Beings Lab on Twitter to find out where you can get yours today. I have this is not the Memoria Pro, this is the Memento. I have my Super Beings Lab mouse pad right here.
It's so pretty.
It's so pretty. I love it. The quality is good, and I don't know, those of you who follow them on Twitter, you've seen some of their other mouse pads. They're so pretty. It definitely helped my aim. I don't know. Maybe it was just practicing the game more, or it could just be a mouse pad buff. I don't know. But
with the Origins, it can be even better.
It can be even better. So definitely make sure you check that out. Super Beings Lab Origins Memoria Pro. So follow them on Twitter and see where you can find that. With that being said, we're going to go to a quick break, but don't go anywhere. We are coming back with Ascent.
Welcome back. This is Rendezvous Valorant, the Masters Division. We're here in the semifinals between Not Good Esports and Extras SD Cluzy Gamers. Alongside Kaiserine, this is Brownsel. We just saw that victory on Haven, 13-8 or easy GG, and it was all based on that pacing. They had good chemistry, they went quickly, and it was pretty tight going to the second half, but they pulled away, and now they're going to go to their map pick on Ascent.
Yeah, I mean, again, going into this definitely looked like everything pointed to Not Good Esports winning that map, but Easy GG were able to just set the pace of the game, and that's really what it came down to, and pulled off a pretty big upset there. So if they're able to do that again on their map pick, remember, this is a best of 3 playoffs. We do have a split as the decider coming up if it gets to that, but if Easy GG is able to just send it home here on Ascent, that means they will be moving on to the finals tomorrow. So again, I think part of it, what happened is, you know, maybe, and we touched on this, like, might this happen? It was Not Good Esports feeling a little bit comfortable. And I definitely don't think they're feeling comfortable now. So I definitely would not be surprised if we got a split. But before we talk about split, let's talk about Haven.
Well, Haven was definitely a great map going into Ascent. And now I think the difference between those two maps is, like, Haven, yes, you can kind of plan for it. It's not always picked all the time. But then, like, Ascent is like a map that I think a lot of teams would love to pick all the time. So when a team ends up picking it and it's not the first map, or it's not the decider, then it's like, oh, like, they must have confidence in this map. Because there's a lot of research that's been done here. It's been available in the game since the beginning, and it hasn't changed. It's such a favorite. So I'm wondering what the game plan is for EasyGG to pick this map. And then if you're Not Good Esports, you're lucky that you have a familiar map here to come back on.
Yeah, and I mean, when we talk about Ascent, you know, when I picture Valorant, I picture Ascent. I picture teams playing on Ascent, and they typically have a pretty standard comp here, but it's really exciting now because at least we know, looking into this, we do have that KJ, which you love here, and on the other side we have that Cypher, which I think is a really, really fun pick. I'm excited to see what kind of setups and what we're gonna see, and is it gonna come down to a difference in the Sentinels and the play style? Is pacing gonna be something that comes into play here on Ascent?
I think people forget that Cypher has that globality to him. Like, he has utility that can use anywhere on the map. You always have access to it, and you know, if you played since the beginning of the game, Killjoy used to be able to have all that global stats with her, and you know, all of that has changed with the way that the Sentinel meta has evolved over time. Now there's a huge advantage for picking the Cypher for those reasons. Just being able to watch one of the sites using a camera, you can trip the other site. You can do so many things with Cypher.
And I think that's a lot of patches have come, and a lot of Sentinels especially have been nerfed in that way. You've seen it from a lot of different agents, but Cypher does still have that ability to have his utility across the map, and I love that. And what a fun Sova dart we just saw there. Ram going to get it there. Looks like it's a fight here mid. Mother Nature watching tiles.
Nice shots there with the ghost too, Kai. That's very strong. Oh, that was such a close call too. Oh my gosh.
Me personally, I'm a ghost gamer. I love ghosts. I love the ghost, and I love its versatility, especially it's fun on a map like Ascent, and it's really important to, you know, check your corners, but all these, like, other than mid, which is so wide open, gives these close corners and just the ability to just get those headshots, especially on pistol round.
There's a flash entry trying to be covered by the cyber cages, but it's spotted out by everything. And that's a great start for Not Good Esports. They really wanted to lead first and foremost, and it's a good start there.
That's a great start there. I mean, only lost one player there ultimately. Going to be able to buy up a light buy here. And then hopefully, you know, you should see them. And what I love about a map like Ascent is you kind of got that dichotomy. You have mid, which is so wide open, and you know, you have cap, but then you have all these close corners like tree and going into B main there, so it's kind of a flop, and I love, you know, NGE kind of just had some better gunplay there ultimately.
There's a one-way for the Omen dark cover. So with the Omen picks here, remember, what's unique about those smokes is you can put them in interesting spaces that really act as one-ways, and that means on the Omen side, you're able to see the other player before they can see you. So those could be very interesting.
Yeah, and we saw a couple good ones there on Haven. We saw another one good, another good Omen smoke there on A main. I do want to take this brief, you know, while we have a little bit of a lull in the action, probably not for too long. I do want to remind everyone that there is a giveaway in chat right now. Make sure you do !RDV giveaway to find out how you could win. I won during challenges
You did
last
win.
week. I did win. I did win. So make sure you do !RDV giveaway.
These teams look to be winners right now, but after that cat fight, it's not looking too hot. Kuro's already got the exit here. That KO's gonna have to fight. Oh, a nice body shot there. Swizzle Sticks might as well go for this right now. Straight to the crosshairs of Kuro, maybe? Wide peak. And there's the backup. So a 2-0 lead for Naked Esports. A lot better than that first game, where they got thrifted. And this is the momentum that you need. You know, on the defensive side, being able to get those 2 rounds, being able to keep most of your players alive also was important. And you get to bring over their bonus guns to the next round.
Yeah, I mean that's huge, especially, you know, when you know that your opponents are going to be able to buy those rifles now. Any guns you can bring over is definitely huge.
There goes round number 3. And this time Mother Nature is going to push closer with the help of that one way. And this time, because of the KO knife, having to wait it out. Remember that KO 0-point knife, it nullifies your ability, so you gotta play it carefully. They have a lurking Cypher as well. This is one way to use Cypher to try to get information away.
Oh.
Look at this! There's the fight! And now they have the spike info as well. That was a very interesting fight there.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like it could be a spray down from either side, but ultimately that trade coming in still 4v4, still anyone's really point and round. But remember, EasyGG does have that gun advantage, and it looks like they're going to start making their way towards A here. Nice pick from Fall.
Oh, Curl's gotta be careful. Ram trying to get information. Look at that readjustment there. But this time the spike does get planted, so a different scenario now where you have to defuse. You hear that Ares going off as well. But I think EasyG's in pretty good position right now. They've got the gun advantage. They just don't want to get sprayed down here. Just play it carefully, like they're doing right now.
They know exactly where Nelwood is.
Here's Nelwood.
Look, just
Seeing
looking
no
for
one right now.
a little bit of just a body peeking up at Spidey. We didn't actually get that call out on Nelwood, who only had 18 HP. Now it's 2-1. But now this is a pretty big round, because we're gonna start seeing rifles come out from both sides, and we're actually, it looked like might have got baited there. Mother Nature hovering that op and is going to buy that there.
Looking
it's
pretty
gonna be
good here
pushed
still on defense.
Mother Nature with that op here on B, which looks like it might just be where EasyGG's headed. Are they gonna walk right into that? Isn't gonna get spotted by that KO knife. Like they're just inching their way up.
This is scary.
But Mother Nature finds one. That's gonna be Spidey with that ultimate coming out and immediately going down to that op.
Oh, you gotta be careful. You now have to play with the classic. Oh, but the op is re-equipped.
Oh,
Just
but
that quick
a
scope.
miss.
It wasn't enough. Oh, and now it's just Fall on sight. Fall getting pinged as well. I mean, during all this time, yes, you dropped the operator, but all the attackers are dead too.
I mean, look at all of that util just getting dumped there and fall. What do? You can't see. Can't really move because there's mollies behind you. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna see a post-tension replay of that. I mean, what do? It's Sova Dart, KO Molly, Jet Smoke. Now you're blinded with a Paranoia by Omen. Shots coming at you from 4 different people. Fall did the best he could.
You know, that was a lot of respect for EasyGG for continuing despite seeing the operator. They're like, okay, we have KO ult. Let's entry with the KO ult and see what we can do when we get on the site. It's just unfortunate that everyone was dead at the end of all of that. And then you got all that util dumping you, especially in the boathouse where it's so claustrophobic there when you have everyone collapse onto you. Well, we'll see what happens if we get more plants on the B side, if there will be any boathouse plays, because there's definitely a lot of util that can be thrown in there.
A ton of util, yeah.
Yeah. Here's Nowood right now, trying to cover with the turret. It's shot down. Now they swing. The right click almost does enough damage. You got to back out here if you want to be careful. Keep your weapons up. And this is going to be the B plant we talked about. Oh, that operator shot almost connected. Instead, looking to the left, taking down the counterpart. And the retake scenario here for V2. Trying to use the off shot through the boxes. It's a nice blind. And Koro and Mother Nature are able to get on a site for the retake using the Paranoia from Inron. Very good play there.
Huge play there, and that's going to put a 4-1, easy 4-1 scoreline there for the side of Not Good Esports. And the operator still in the hands of Mother Nature. And that Odin coming out for B-Meister.
Oh yeah, that Odin on the Sova is such a classic. Usually you will see that on the B side. There is almost no counter to this other than try to spam back. But with these ammo nerfs that we've seen in the recent patches, if you're not buying an Odin, it's not usually worth it here. So they should be careful once you see that the Odin's exposed outside. Now there's another one-way here for Mother Nature to try to deal with. Well, the one way is on their side, actually. Just waiting to see if the legs peek from Spidey, Womack. Spidey peeks that. Meanwhile, a battle there toward tree. And once again, Not Good Esports, all they're doing is really holding their positions, waiting for the attackers to peek into the crosshair, and then it just works out great for them. Now Ram, with the neural theft, getting information and peeking through to the recon dart, and that causes the Odin to come out. That's a lot of info there. You're leaving Spidey on his own, but it doesn't matter. That's 2 kills. Might have been a wall bang. Oh, actually a lineup there, actually. So things are getting a little interesting now, Kai.
They are getting interesting. It's 2v2, but the bomb is down and they're on site. Doesn't matter, that op's still in Mother Nature's hand. Koro going down.
One enemy remaining.
No one to interrogate.
That reset, that distracted me a little bit. It looked like that was a tempting thing to try to get. But once you get that kill, it doesn't matter. If the KO is the last one alive, then they go kaboom. And now it's a 4-2 lead.
It is a 4-2 lead, but again, that's only 2 rounds. You know, and it's still anyone's game. Not Good Esports seeming like they have a better rhythm, but it's pretty early in the game. And remember, this is not too dissimilar from what we saw there on Haven. And if EasyGG start to just maybe find a different rhythm, I think they could easily turn this around. So Not Good Esports have to make sure they're not letting anything slip by them.
Operator goes down after that wall bang. Curl's got to be patient. There's a flash drive available. Once the doors start closing, that should be information to spam. There's a spam up there from B-Meister. The crouch spam's not working too great, though. Now it's Nelwood's turn. Fall still says it's my time to shine. And now Curl's wondering what happened to my teammates. Let's just isolate things one-on-one. Getting that first kill next to the dice. Now swing over. And I guess there's vision. Giant just decided to spam through the wall and get the kill, and that's 2 rounds in a row won by the attackers.
It is, and you know, suddenly they have that momentum, and that's gonna put Not Good Esports here on a bit of a forced buy, or at least a struggle buy. It looks like a 1 rifle, but a sheriff, some classics, a Spectre. I mean, that's tough, and look at the economy build up that EZGG is, and if they're able to turn this round up again, you know, should bring this to a tie scoreline. So Not Good Esports going to have to deal with that.
Cover going out.
Let's see that spam again with the Ares. Certainly that puts a little bit of pause. Oh, they don't care. They're just going to continue using the paranoia to get the space. They got to remember, Silva was here somewhere. Oh, what a flash. Perfect flash drive. And now that should be an easy plan on B. This is our first big retake where everyone's alive for the most part. But Mother Nature is going to use that Blade Storm, and things are getting interesting now, Kai.
They're interesting, and now suddenly all pushed down to Boathouse and hard. Look at all those mollies coming down, nowhere to stand.
That was a kill with utility there. That was using the fragment and the Blade Storm. What a retake in such a tight space, and Not Good Esports gets around back. It's 5-3. Beautiful play there, and here's the replay now from post.
Yeah, I mean, look, they're all just huddled there in Boathouse, but what do you do when you have all those mollies thrown towards you? You got KJ mollies, you have KM mollies, you have 2 other bodies from your teammates that you're trying to fight against.
As a Killjoy main, I'm upset that the kill went to the KO fragment and not the Killjoy swarm grenade. I want everything to get applied to my Killjoy stuff. In any case, the mollies are pretty strong for sure.
I mean, you do have the jacket, so I definitely think you're the authority on all things KJ. This is pretty interesting. It looks like a lot of noise is being made B, but the bomb making its way towards A, and I think this might be a successful diversion.
You're right. Everyone's rotated over toward B on the defense, and the A side completely open. They closed the door on their teammates, but that's probably planned. B Meister trying to counter with the Hunter's Fury, and suddenly it's a 3v3 scenario, but you got some extra time bot for EZGG.
I love that kind of bait out the rotate there. A was wide open, and they had at the end there like four players from EZGG on their way over.
Placing sentry.
Or
here's Ram using the camera, getting 1 person ping. Now will now swing over to try to get some more damage. They got to continue at some point. Here they come, up high, getting 1 to swing over from Ram. It's traded by Twizzle Sticks. Now the Sova is ready. You can use the Hunter's Fury. 1 and 2 doesn't connect, but that's enough to get. Oh, now it connects on that 3rd one. So very nice play using the utility, and it's 5-4.
yeah, I mean, I love that again, and I think that's what EZGG did well on Haven, and it looks like they're doing well around is kind of playing off. You know, they baited that rotate. They had 3 players on B making noise. That's a lot of players, and it seemed like they were committing. Not Good Esports pulling their whole team over, and site was wide open, and I think Not Good Esports just not expecting that. It was a close round, but ultimately well played there by EZGG.
I think that's a difference that you will see between like our Masters division and lower levels of play. Whenever you want to go onto a site, like you're faking a site, you want to go to the other one, usually you just see a bunch of players throw out util in no particular order, and it's like, okay, that will distract them. But here, it looked like a very plausible.
It looked like a well executed. I mean, you're very correct, and I think that's kind of the joy of watching this Masters division. You know.
Now here's our drone, and remember, because of that rotation, now you have to be very careful on defense, because you're like, oh, you sure this is an actual execution? This looks very real for Imran, but still able to get that kill is that Omen. Now you have to TP away, but the spike's not even going A, it is suddenly going down toward Pizza, funneling through toward the B side.
And I love that neural theft come out and is still going to ping where everyone is on site there with the bomb, going to get that plant down. And that, I mean, I like that too, because I don't even think this was an example of a fake out. I think this was just like a, you know, we have info that they're rotating A, let's go B.
The paranoia. Flash drive is out. Caught up by Meister. And Nugget Esports able to recover with a good retake. And that's a 6-4 lead for them. So despite these distractions and the confusion on where EasyGG is going, NGE is able to set up a pretty good retake, and that's why they have the lead still.
No, I mean, I definitely think they're doing a better job of adapting. I mean, after that last round that that last round was or 2 rounds ago, excuse me, was definitely a fake and a bait. But definitely did a better job retaking there, even despite, you know, that neural theft coming out from Ram.
So Not Good Esports is already guaranteed to at least tie or win the half. That must make them feel really good. We got the safe buys coming in for the attackers, plus a Marshall there for Ram, as they look for this A split, 2 towards, or now 1 towards A main, and everyone else trying to get that clearance with the hour shown toward the tree side.
It is, and bomb not quite down yet. That's giving ample time over to Not Good Esports to be able to rotate.
All those shots connected. That's crazy.
Yeah, every single one of them.
And now we know how much damage it takes to shoot through the wall. Here's the lockdown coming in hot. That's good if you wait for this Killjoy Defender to lock down. They don't wait. Oh, it's enough. It's enough. B Meister using that as a distraction. Everyone was so focused on what to do with that lockdown, and the Sova takes advantage there.
That was smart. I like that play a lot by NGE.
Can I get this?
So a good lockdown. Usually we expect that to the tree side, but you got a completely different look. When you put the lockdown in heaven behind that wall, it is very, very easy to wallbang that. But remember, actually the defense has the yes, the defense had the buy, the attackers did not. So it is actually hard to wallbang that. So that might have been actually very deliberate to place it there in such a kind of an open area where you have to force the attackers with weaker guns to do something about it.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. And that's exactly what they did. Looks like this might be a B hit, but remember, it doesn't matter where they stack. EasyGG doing a good job of capitalizing off of information they have. We are going to see right now that ultimate coming out there from Spidey, and they're making their way on to site. And I love that these teams are doing exactly what they should be doing and using that util to kind of stall. But Koro has his own ultimate coming right out.
Koro had to dodge everything.
Yeah.
It still goes down. Looking at Sova, by the way. Sova just did a whole lap around the course. And Giant now in position, but everyone's falling apart. You can still try to res the... Oh my goodness! Well, it worked out there. Giant and Fall working together. And it's a 7-5 half. That's amazing. Still, Not Good Esports had the lead there, but a pretty nice way to end a half for EasyGG.
Yeah, and I mean, 7-5 half, not a scoreline that we're too unfamiliar with. We saw the opposite of this last time, so definitely a close series. Don't want to go anywhere. We'll be back with the half swapped right after a short break.
All right, welcome back. This is the Rendezvous Valorant Masters Division between Knockout Esports and Extra Zesty Glizzy Gamers. And EasyGG, they have the 1-0 lead in the series. They're down 5-7 right now in a pretty exciting Ascent map where we saw all sorts of utility, a couple of fake outs in the first half, but still a pretty tight game, and you never know what's going to happen in the second half. So we'll see what happens, Kai.
We will, and flashing himself there, Spiny, that's a great strat. It's at least what I tell myself when I do that.
Love you, Spidey. That was a great flash.
But luckily, nobody was there and didn't have to peek off that. And it looks like everyone just kind of making their way up mid on the side of Not Good Esports. With the smoke coming down, the Ram ready for 1, 2, ready for the third, but unfortunately had no HP and had to reload. So Cora going to get that trade out, and suddenly bombs mid near ECGG.
That was ambitious. I gotta say. The jump shot, classic bunny hop onto the corner.
Nelwood with a beautiful share shot, but now in this 1v2 scenario, they know exactly where he is.
Nelwood's gonna rely on the aim here.
Knows where Spidey is, but I don't think is ready for fall, and is not fall. Not quite connecting with the head, but doesn't matter. No, it doesn't have enough time to turn. That's another round on the board there for EasyGG.
They picked up 2 sheriffs there. You got the Ion, and you have the Arcane Sheriff. Season 2's coming out soon.
It is coming out soon. Next November, so in a year, I believe.
Yeah, so you all gotta look out and pick up all your Arcane Sheriffs, because there's gonna be an Arcane Sheriff too, I'm sure.
You know what? I just started rewatching Arcane, and I missed the Arcane Sheriff when I was in the shop because I was not a Valorant player, nor was I a Arcane watcher at the time. But now I'm both, so I'm ready.
We'll watch it right now.
That's why everyone! Exclamation point ticket! Exclamation point giveaway! Exclamation point RDV giveaway! One of those is bound to put you in. And you too can win some credits for Valorant. So when the Arcane 2 Sheriff comes out, you can buy it. But if you don't want to enter it, that just helps my chances of winning again. I won last week with Giant. Gonna get some nice value there with that Spectre.
Cover going out.
But a nice pick.
Yeah, nice pick there. Now the
Imran, beautiful shots with the Sheriff. Able to get 2. Looking for a third, not gonna find it.
Oh gosh, I'm seeing all sorts of different sheriffs. That was the Mage Punk and the Forsaken, I believe.
If you guys want to buy a Sheriff skin, enter the giveaway. Actually, I'm lying. Please don't. I spent the credits last time. Oh, through the wall.
Nice wall bang there using the Sheriff.
Yeah. The
Sheriff Gaming.
Sheriff Gaming. It's gonna be another round on the board for EasyGG, but that was an expensive bonus round. I'm gonna see a quick replay of that. Again, look at all these Sheriff shots, but very, very expensive. You know, that was supposed to be your buy up, and it was, but now with a 7-7